Good morning, Mom. Welcome to my discussion on learning principles and theories. Today, we delve into the essence of learning and its significance in our lives. We have this topic number 1, the nature of learning. Let us first identify the learning compass. Learning is the acquisition of knowledge or skills through study, experience or skills through study, or experience or teaching. And the next is appreciate the significance of learnings. It involves acquiring new knowledge, behavior, and skills. Next slide. Nature and characteristics of learning. First, we have learning is unitary. The learner responds as a whole person to the learning situation. Learning is unitary. This means that when a person learns, they respond as a whole individual to the entire learning situation. For example, when learning a new language, it's not just about memorizing words, but also understanding the cultural context and nuances of communication. Second, learning is individual. Each learner approaches learning differently based on various factors. Learning is individual. Each person learns differently based on factors like their background, environment, and personal experiences. For instance, a student may excel in math but struggle with language skills due to individual differences. We have all difference. And now for the third part of nature and characteristics of learning, which is the learning is social. It occurs in response to the social environment. That is, learning is social. Learning is social. Learning takes place in a social context where interaction with others influences the learning process. An example is group discussions in a classroom where students learn from each other's perspectives. For example, mag-group study mo or brainstorming, like ingana, maka-learn ka sa uban. We have here the fourth nature and characteristics of learning, which is the learning is self-active. It is a personal access of self-activity and self-realization. Learning is self-active. Individuals actively engage in the learning process through their reactions and experiences. For example, a student actively participating in experiments in a science lab is self-actively learning. Kanang ikaw jud mismo maoy mo participate, kanang ikaw mismo maoy kanang mo kuan og initiative, mo nay self-active. We have here the last part of the nature and characteristics of learning, which is the learning is purposive, directed towards goals determined by motives and incentives. Learning is purposive, learning is goal-oriented and driven by motives and incentives. For instance, a student studying hard to achieve good grades and has a specific goal in mind. Kasagaran sa tuaing ana kay mag-strive ta og mas taas pa nga grade. Ing ana ta learning is purposive. That's all for the nature and characteristics of learning. Let's proceed to the next slide, which is the elements of learning. And there are elements of learning, which are the motivation, reinforcement, retention, transference, are essential elements influence learning. Let us describe those elements of learning. Let us first go to the motivation. Motivation is a drive or desire to learn, influenced by internal and external factors. For example, a student motivated by a desire to pursue a specific career. You have a motivation kay ganahan ka nga mag-pursue nimo ang gusto nimo nga career para makabot nimo. Next is the reinforcement. Rewards or consequences that strengthen or weaken learning behaviors. For instance, praising a student for good performance reinforces their studying habits. So, pag daigon ka sa imuhang teacher, syempre, mura kag ma-pressure din, kay ganahan naman ka nga i-praise ka. Kay what if mabago ang pag-treat nimo sa maestra, kay di na ka i-praise, kay nagbago na ka. So, that is for the reinforcement. And for the retention, the ability to remember and recall information learned. An example is a student recalling historical dates for an exam. So, kanang taas og memory, retention. Kanang makahinumdum pa ka kung sa'y naitabo nimo sa past. Charot. Kanang nakahinumdum pa ka kung sa'y itong magipang-discuss sa inyong maestra. Nga na kanang dili ka makalimot na akay stock knowledge. And for the transference, applying previously learned knowledge or skills to new situations. For instance, using math skills learned in school to solve real-life problems. So, for example, kanang nakainhibawan ng mga formula, and then gipabantay ka sa tindahan sa imuhang parents, and then what if kung di ka kamaong magkuan way calculating ana o di ka kamaong ma-solve og math skills, so magamit to nimo ay o di ka kamaong magka bankrupt jud mo, so manang magamit jud nimo ang imong nahibaw-an sa solving math skills sa eskwelahan sa real life situation. So we are done explaining the elements of learning, which is the motivation, reinforcement, retention, transference, and transference. So let's proceed to the next slide, which is the definitions of learning. So there are many various perspectives on learning according to Skinner, Kingley and Gray, J.P. Guilford, Cronbach, Murphy E.C., Tolman, Tolman offer different insights into the nature of learning. So let us explain their different definitions of learning. So we have here first, number 1, Skinner. Ana si Skinner nga learning is more than mere repetition. It involves understanding and application. Then niinyana po si Kingley and Gray. Learning is about adapting behavior to overcome obstacles and achieve goals. While si J.P. Guilford, niana siya nga learning is reflected in behavior changes due to experiences. Then akang Cronbach pod, ana siya nga learning involves changes in behavior and perception. Si Murphy pod, niana siya nga learning is a modification of behavior and perception. Lastly, kan E.Z. Tolman, ana siya nga learning is the relationship between environmental factors and behavioral changes. So, lahi-lahi dyan ang ilang definition sa learning. So, kato sila pa nga definition of learning, sakto to siya. So, sakto to siya tanan, makaingon ta nga, igo ni nato, kinipod, igo po din nato. So, there are no wrongs sa ilahang mga definition. So, we are done discussing the different perspectives on learning. So, let's proceed to the next slide, which is the importance of learning. Learning creates motivation, develops knowledge, curiosity, problem-solving skills, and discrimination ability. So, learning creates motivation, expands knowledge, and sparks curiosity, enhances problem-solving skills, and fosters discrimination abilities. For instance, learning a new skill like coding can open up career opportunities and enhance problem-solving abilities. So that's all for the importance of learning. Let's proceed to the next slide, which is the principles of learning. And number 1, the readiness. Individuals learn best when physically, mentally, and emotionally ready. So, readiness. Students learn best when they are mentally and physically, emotionally prepared. For example, a well-rested student is more likely to absorb new information effectively. So kung magpahuway ta, then mubalik na po tag-answer, makakuha na tagta ng kung kinapahuway na relax man na to ang atuang utok. And then, let's proceed to the second principles of learning, which is the exercise, based on emotional reactions and motivation. So, exercise. Emotional reactions and motivation impact learning outcomes. For instance, a student motivated by a passion for a subject may excel in that area. So, parihan ako, di ko mo excel sa math because wala ko'y passion sa numbers, wala ko'y interest sa numbers. But when it comes to art, makaingon ko nga mas mo excel ko sa art and language. But, dili ingon kayo nga mo excel. But, kung i-compare silang duha, mas mo excel ko diling dapita. So, ingana ang exercise. And the third principle of learning, which is the effect. Emotional reaction influencing motivation. So, for the effect, emotional responses play a crucial role in learning motivation. For example, positive feedback can reinforce desired behaviors. Siyempre, kanang i-praise ka sa imong maestra nga. Hala, hindi talaga ni mo drawing. Nga na, nice lagi ka, mas lagi ka kanang creative lagi ka ani. So, kung ikaw inyatoon ka ng gi-praise, gihatagan kag positive feedback sa imong maestra, so syempre in the next na pud nga activity ninyo nga drawing, mas ma-inspired pa jud ka nga improve mo ha skills kay kun lagi gi-praise ka sa maestra. So that is effect of the principles of learning. So next is the primacy. First impressions create a lasting impact. So, primacy, first impressions, and initial learnings have a lasting impact. For instance, the correct pronunciation of words taught initially stays with the learner. So, kanang pagkabata nimo let's just say elementary days, itudloan ka kanang proper pronunciation. So, igabot ni mo college, alangan magdi nakakaibaw na mo pronounce no, nga imbes gitudloan kag proper pronunciation. So, mas mo enhance ang imuhang inistrihan sa English because you already learned it from elementary. So, ingana ang effect sa primacy. So, next is the recency. Recent learnings are best remembered. So, recent learnings are better retained. For example, revising material just before an exam improve retention. Kanang magsuwat ka o kanang nagtuon ka. Then, after ana, imo siyang isuwat ang tanan nimong nahinumduman. So, kanang strategy, kanang strategy, inig-exam, makainumdum ka sa tanan nimong gipang tuon. Kay because, pag human nimong tuon, imuha da yung gipang suwat tanan nimong nahinumduman without kanang mulili ka sa imuhang imuhang notes. Kay ingana ang strategy, makatabang na sa imuhang mind para mo expand ang kanang imuhang memories nga mas mahinumduman ug dili na nimo makalimtan in the day of the exam. So next is the intensity. Real experiences enhance learning. So real experiences enhance learning more than substitutes. For instance, hands-on experiences in a science lab deepen understanding. So pag hands-on ang imong experience sa katong science lab, mas makasabot ka. Mas mo kuan pang imong learning. So next is the requirement. Necessity to obtain or do something. So having a need or purpose drives learning. For example, a student motivated by a desire to succeed works hard to achieve academic goals. So, ang magpugi makakabot sa iyahang goal. Ang di magpugi, di makakabot sa iyahang goal. That's easy. So, last principles of learning is the freedom. Active learning requires freedom of choice and action. So students learn best when they have the freedom to choose, act, and bear the results of their actions. For instance, allowing students to choose topics for project fosters engagement and ownership in learning. So, kung imo lang hayaan ang imuhang kanang students no nga kanang siya na bitaw mismo jud ang mukuan. Kung imo lang siyang hayaan kanang mas mo excel siya na, mas mo labaw siya na kay bang man siya nga kanang gibuhat is maayo siya. So, that is freedom. So, by understanding these aspects deeply and applying them effectively, educators can create engaging and impact learning environments for their students. Proceed to the next slide. That's all for the principles of learning. And for the questions, as educators, how do you cultivate attention to detail in your students and how do you personally define learning and its role in your life? So as a future teacher, helping students develop the skill of paying attention to details is crucial for their academic and personal growth. One effective way to cultivate this skill is through engaging activities that require careful observations and analysis. Encouraging students to actively participate in discussions, analyze texts, and solve complex problems can enhance their attention to detail. Providing feedback that highlights specific details and errors in their work that we can help them become more attentive. Moreover, incorporating visual aids, hands-on activities, and real-world examples can capture students' interest and improve their focus and details. Setting clear expectations and creating a structured learning environment can also promote attention to detail. By emphasizing the importance of accuracy and precision in their work, students can develop a habit of paying close attention to details in all aspects of their academic endeavors. Learning, in my understanding, goes beyond acquiring knowledge or information. It is a transformative process that involves gaining insights, skills, and understanding that shape one's perspectives and behaviors. Learning is not limited to classrooms or textbooks. It occurs through experiences, interactions, and reflections. It is a continuous journey of exploration, discovery, and growth that empowers individuals to adapt, innovate, and evolve. True learning involves critical thinking, creativity, and application of knowledge in diverse contexts, leading to personal development and intellectual enrichment. And that's all for my topic. Thank you for joining me in my discussion on learning principles and theories. Let's continue to explore the depths of learning and its impact on our growth and development. Thank you.